Alright guys, in this video we're going to be reviewing my new laptop, the Lenovo Legion 5. But in order to get to that review, we first have to talk about this laptop. It's an Acer Swift. And without me getting this laptop, I never would have ended up with the Legion 5. Let's get into it. YouTube fam, what's up? It's DKG72, better known as David Gordon, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Lenovo Legion 5 laptop that I purchased to become my main daily driver. I'm going to go over my thought process, the things that I needed, the specs, obviously, and, just my overall first impressions of this new laptop that I've gotten, this new productivity laptop, which is a gaming laptop. So we're going to figure out why I chose a gaming laptop to create content with. To understand why I chose the Lenovo Legion 5, we have to go back 3 years to when I purchased this bad boy right here. This is an Acer Swift laptop. And when I bought this laptop, I made a serious miscalculation or error in thinking, just totally miscalculated my needs as a digital artist. At the time, I had a really strong, really well working PC, desktop PC, and I had my Wacom 22, so I thought I was pretty solid creatively, and I was. Technically, I was. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get a laptop that I could take around and just do like simple admin work, and every now and then maybe get on a Photoshop or Illustrator and just do some emergency work. And that's what I thought. I thought wrong. So what actually ended up happening was I found myself more and more in situations where I needed a laptop where I could literally produce. I think a lot of my lack of productivity has been because I am not able to create wherever I go, which is a thing, right? Um, the reason why I was not able to create wherever I went is because this particular laptop, this Acer Swift, it just wasn't strong enough, and that's not a knock on the laptop. I purchased it that way because, again, I wasn't thinking productivity. I was thinking, admin work, just Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, writing out stories on there and things like that. I did not think that I was going to need a laptop that I would have to make presentations with, produce full on works with, illustrations, artworks, work in Adobe Illustrator, edit video. So I was trying to do all that on this poor thing. And to its credit, it pushed through on a lot of different situations. But boy, I could tell I was putting this poor laptop through. I was giving it the blues. I was giving this laptop the blues. So it was not the laptop. It wasn't the Acer Swift. In fact, Acer, you guys are great. There was a little issue with the HDMI connector, but once again, I do believe that was my fault more than it was Acer's. So that being said, this poor laptop was not up for what I honestly needed. And that's when I realized that's when I started to have a real conversation with myself about what do I need to be more mobile and be functional. And that conversation is what led me to the Lenovo Legion 5. So let's talk about it. One of the reasons why I'm super excited about the purchase of this Lenovo Legion 5 is the fact that I really took the time to plan out and think out what was it that I needed. Um, you know, my entire thought process through this was, what were the things that I had to have in a laptop in order to be the most effective digital artist that I could be. And it turned out that the things that I needed were lots of RAM, decent, GPU, a decent to really good GPU. I needed performance, multi-cores, I could be able to multitask on there. I needed a working HDMI out. Definitely lots of ports. So all of those things were important to me and to my creative process, and obviously the ability to interface with the up-to-date drawing tablet, because I'm not a big handheld tablet guy. I like having the big powerful laptop and a separate tablet attached to it. That's me. I know some people are tablets, and we're going to have a discussion about that in a later video coming soon. So what was important to me were those things. So I needed RAM, lots of RAM, at the very least 32 gigabytes, but I wanted it to have an upgrade pathway to 64. 64 was the sweet spot. I needed it to have at least i7 multi-core type processor, or it could have been an AMD Ryzen processor, honestly, as long as I could multitask and all that type of stuff. So I'm happy to say that with this Lenovo Legion, I got all of those things. And then there was the other concerns. I needed it to fit within my budget. At the end of the day, we can want all these things, but things get funny when it comes to the money. So I had to really think about, hey, what was I willing to spend? Or how was I willing to go about getting the things that I needed within the amount of money that I was willing to spend? And that really goes to answer the question of why I chose a gaming laptop, the Lenovo Legion 5, over, say, for instance, other productivity laptops. It came down to the money. For whatever reason, and I know a lot of creatives know this, gaming laptops are tiered, obviously. So you can get a pretty powerful machine, but you don't have to break the bank, so to speak. Now, mind you, I got this in Microsoft. I'm not Microsoft. I'm Micro Center. Not sponsored. So I got this in Micro Center, and it was $1,600. But that's still a far cry from some of the productivity laptops and the prices that they're asking for, which can be upwards of $2,500. So understanding those needs, I decided to make the move for this Lenovo Legion 5. And obviously there are higher tiers, like there's the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro, there's the Lenovo Legion 7, Legion 7 Pro, Legion 9, and so forth. I do believe that this particular laptop fits all of my needs, and again, within my given budget, obviously, it worked the best. And I actually had a lot of options. I didn't have to go to Micro Center. I could have went to Amazon, not sponsored. But because we have a Micro Center in town here in St. Louis, it was easier to just go and pick it up, rather than go through Amazon and have it shipped out and delivered. Again, I had a lot of different needs at the time, and the faster I could get the laptop and get going, hey, the better it was going to be. So Let's go over some of the specs on this thing and just well, now you know what? Before we go over the specs, let's talk about one other need that I had. Yeah, let's talk about one other need that I had. One other need that I had, honestly, is that I needed this laptop to be a workhorse. And because of the power that it provides, I really got that. And of course, the upgrade path. Next month, I'll be maxing this thing out to 64 gigs of RAM. We're sitting at 32. The programs that I have uploaded onto this bad boy right now: Clip Studio, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe Animate. Just those three Adobe programs alone justifies the RAM needs. If you know anything about Adobe, you already know, especially Photoshop. Photoshop loves RAM, so Photoshop is going to eat up all the RAM that this computer can provide. So definitely needed that. Also have DaVinci Resolve, OBS, and CapCut on here as well. So this computer is really streamlined, and it's optimized, or I'm optimizing it strictly for content creation and work, digital illustration, content creation, that type of thing. So those were a definite need that I had. I had to have a computer that could operate and run those particular programs. And say, for instance, I need to have one or two open at the same time, or two or three. It can handle that multitasking, and obviously with that Intel i7 with multiple cores, it can do that. And so far, just in the few weeks that I've had it, it's pretty much handled everything I've thrown at it with no problem whatsoever. All right, so let's look at the specs. We're not going to stick too long on this. We're just going to kind of run through them real quick. This bad boy is rocking an Intel i7 2.10 gigahertz, so pretty good Intel chip. So we have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070. Now, with what we do, the GPUs aren't as important, being a digital illustrator. If I was doing a lot of 3D stuff, I would really be a lot more excited about the 4070. I'm excited about it because at least I have it. But if there is one thing I could say that could have saved even more money, was I could have gone with a 30 series GPU instead of the 40 series GPU, and that probably would have saved me a couple of $100 more. But I felt like, it was worth it to go ahead and get this one with the 40 series GPU. Let's see. Yeah, RAM, 32 gigabytes. We got a 1 terabyte SSD hard drive. So there's your memory. This thing comes with 3 USB-A ports, which is interesting because everything is USB-C. It only comes with 2 USB-C ports. So I was like, interesting. Like I said, it does come with the HDMI port. And funny thing about the HDMI, if you are getting the proper cords, you can do a lot of things presentation wise, like extend your screen so that you can maintain the functionality of your tablets and stuff like that. So making sure you have the right HDMI cord is super important. But the other cool thing about this HDMI cord, it supports up to 4 independent displays. So use that information how you will. This also comes with a micro SD card reader, an Ethernet port, so you can plug directly in for your internet. Obviously, it has an AC port, and that's a what kind of battery is that on there on that AC? I think that's a 230 watt. Yeah, 230 watts. Yeah, so pretty beefy battery. Does come with audio jack, and then the internal battery that's in there is basically 80 watt hour battery. It has rapid charge ability, so the 230 watt charger that you have, you just plug that in, and it takes about probably about an hour or so to get to 100%, depending on how low you are. So it could be a little bit shorter, it could be a little bit longer, just depending on how low your battery is. But yeah, those are pretty much all the specs. And again, I'm not a big specs guy. I'm not some big tech YouTuber, not Linus Tech or anything like that. But I did think it was important just to point those things out so that you at least have a running understanding of what you're getting into when you are looking at these different laptops and trying to figure out which one works best for you. All right, so let's talk about first impressions. What are some of the things that I like and some of the things that I dislike about this Lenovo Legion 5 laptop so far? Okay, so off rip, one of the things that I missed in my when I was talking about the specs is with the USB-C, you can charge with your USB-C. So it has USB-C charging, and I really like that. It's like 100 watts, which is really cool. So say you're out and you forget your brick charger, which happens. Actually happened to me yesterday. I could charge with USB-C and basically be able to function without it having the big brick, as long as I have a USB-C charger on hand. So really helpful, really useful. So that's one of the things I really like. Number two, well, not in any order. Yeah, not in any order. Really like the screen on here. The screen is really nice. It's I believe it's what is this screen? Is this a 4K screen? I'm not sure. But it's bright. It's got a matte finish, so there's not a big reflection thing going on, which I really like. It's no reflections. The colors really pop on here, so it's a really great looking screen. Again, I don't have all the specs and all that stuff. I can't tell you how many nits it goes up to or anything like that. But what I can tell you, just as a person that uses it constantly, it looks great, and I've had no problem. And I talk about my old eyes, my old ass eyes, the 52-year-old eyes. They don't see things as well as they used to. So a good, nice looking screen is very important to me for that reason alone. Let me see. Sorry about the coughing. Just the overall look, and the it's very customizable. So, I don't need a super gamery looking laptop. I'm really happy with how, kind of low key the look is of this laptop. It just looks like something that you can come in and just get work done. You just get stuff done, get shit done, and that's what you do with this laptop. And then it's customizable. So, it is a gamer laptop, first and foremost, a gaming laptop. So it's got the LED backlit keys, and I can do things like I can change the colors of the backlighting, and or I can change the profiles. So you have all that stuff, but more importantly, you can dial in functions like performance functions for the GPU. You can dial in security functions, and you can really optimize this for whatever it is that you're using. So if you are a big gamer, you can make this like a gaming beast. Or if say for instance you're like me, into the content creation and the productivity side, obviously you can dial that in to really optimize and utilize the apps and the programs that you're using to the best effect. So again, just that customization, that ability to dial things in with that, what's it called, the Lenovo Vantage app. That was an unexpected benefit that I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying that. So very nice. Those are some of the things that I like. And there's a couple things that I dislike. The speakers on here suck. Just going to be honest. Lenovo was not thinking about them speakers when they made this laptop. They were like, look, we giving them 32. We giving them a great cooling system. We're giving them all these ports, all this other stuff. What about the speakers? The speakers, put them little Timu stuffs in there. They'll work. Uh, sorry, Lenovo. I don't know if you source the speakers from Timu or not, but that's what it sounds like. They're tingy. It's don't do that. So here's the thing. This is the workaround. Anchor. You guys have heard of Anchor. Here it is right here. They make really good Bluetooth speakers. This is the Soundcore Boost. I think it's like $60. I got that because it's probably one of the best sounding little Bluetooth speakers on there. The Bluetooth on this laptop so good. I've got my mouse, because my Logitech MX Master 3 is hooked up to it via Bluetooth, and the speaker is via Bluetooth, obviously. So you can have multiple Bluetooth items hooked up to this laptop, and if you do that and you Bluetooth into the speaker, sound problem solved automatically. And then the other thing that I don't really like is that it has a micro SD card reader, but not a full size SD card reader. Not the biggest fan of that. I would have loved for it to have an SD card reader, but at the same time, this is more of a gaming laptop than a productivity laptop, so they weren't thinking about that. So again, quick workaround. I have a USB-C hub from, funny enough, Anchor, and it has multiple ports, multiple USB-A port, multiple USB-C ports, and a full-size SSD chip reader, card reader. So now I can easily port over anything that I record on my camera just via that hub. So again, a simple workaround, and actually using that hub gives me more ports that I can use. And this thing, it works like a charm. It's a breeze. So just actually another pro in this, because I can just plug the hub in and just go. So, but yeah, not having a full size SD card reader probably is a con, but again, some workarounds, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it so far, and yeah, so that leads me to my final verdict. Is I'm extremely happy with the Lenovo Legion 5. I know some people call it the Legion 5i. I've seen these called the Legion 5 or the Legion 5i, the Legion 5 2024, whatever you want to call it. The Lenovo Legion 5 is a really good budget laptop that can solve a lot of issues for digital creators, digital illustrators, content creators, and the like. It's got the power that you want. It's got the memory. It's got the slots. Even just having the micro SD card reader is cool, because you can add more storage with the micro SD. So obviously that's something that you can think about. So all in all, would I recommend this to artists? Yes. Would I recommend this to hardcore gamers? Well, those guys are so into the specs and everything. I don't think the specs are the best for hardcore gamers. Casual gamers, yeah, all day long. Content creators, yeah, all day long. And since I'm on the content creation side, I hardly ever game. And this thing I'm really much optimizing strictly for content creation. This is probably one of my highest recommendations that you can get. So if get a chance, you get out there, go ahead and check you out the Lenovo Legion 5. I do have links in the description. Those are Amazon affiliate links. Those just, I get a small commission if you purchase. That helps the channel. And yeah, if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that like button, and share this video all over. And if you want to hit me with that little Cash App on the donation, I'll put the Cash App up too. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's DKG72, and I'm out. Peace.